I am willing to take the internet unpopular position here, okay? I am. Because I'm going to do what's right. And no matter how many Pakistani bot farms threaten to kill me, unfortunately for them, I am not going to be deterred. Our soldiers and warriors are putting their lives on the line for this country. The least I could do is put my reputation on the line for this country. We have been invaded, both militarily, physically, as well as propaganda-wise, by the third world. This is the subtle jihad that is happening to us, and today we're going to make a lot of people very unhappy. The third world is both simultaneously crying that Iran is secretly winning the war against the United States and Israel with thousands of casualties, and Iran is fighting back in ways we could have never anticipated. It's unbelievable. And simultaneously, Iran is suffering a genocide, getting genocided by the United States and Israel. They are living this dual reality at the same time. We have one-shotted the third world with this one. The mask is slipped. We know who's on our side. They took votes in Congress to try to shut down this war, votes in Congress to see if they want to consider that Iran might be terrorists. Meanwhile, of course, Pakistan and Afghanistan are blowing each other up and no one gives a crap about it. I'm really tired of people like our politicians actually being held hostage by third worlders on Twitter that are making it seem like optically they're the good guys. The reality is, this is the United States of America, and by God, we will eliminate these threats, foreign and domestic. 50 states under one God, and we are gonna obliterate you. I've been getting a lot of death threats for my coverage of this situation, and quite literally, keep them coming. My resolve has never been stronger. All right, to start things off, we gotta understand our enemies within, the liberals. No kings! Trump eliminates a de facto king. The liberals, how dare you? Liberals, women's rights. Donald Trump takes out a dictator that oppresses women. Liberals, how dare you? Conclusion, liberals will never be happy. Now, this is obviously true because happiness comes from a level of accomplishment. All right, you cannot be happy unless you are actually content with yourself, and you can't be content with yourself if you are not willing to acknowledge basic reality. Ultimately, it comes from being one with your family, with your wife, with your children, under God. That will bring you contentment. The liberals hate all of that. They don't want you to get married. They don't want you to have a wife. They don't want you to have a family. They want you to abort your children or castrate them. And they hate God. Conclusion, they don't just want to not be happy. They hate America and want us to die. They will cry over the death of Ayatollah Khamenei, the guy that wants to rape women before executing them so they don't go to heaven as virgins, all right? They'll cry over that guy, but they will celebrate the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Know who our enemies are. But today, we're mostly going to be talking about third worlders. All right, the same protesters who protested the death of 2 protesters are now protesting the death of a man who killed 30,000 protesters. No one is surprised by this. This is just the classic left. Remember, the left that's crying over Ayatollah Khamenei was literally celebrating a trans shooter murdering kids at a church. Okay, this is the reaction on Reddit to a trans person shooting up a Catholic church in Minneapolis just a couple months ago. Based, take the fight to their kids. They could feel like when it's attacked. More dead Christians. Law, this Republican's fault for trying to genocide us, etc., etc. Future religious extremists dying isn't a bad thing. Now, again, the reality is, these are the people that are saying that actually it's an illegal war against the Ayatollah that is trying to kill us. So, understand the left, lost cause, they hate America, they need to be destroyed. Which is why, whatever your opinion is on Israel or whatever, this is absolutely retarded. All right, Nick Fuentes says, I'm voting Democrat in 2026 because white people can play both sides too. The GOP broke every promise. Epstein cover-up, regime change war in Iran. No bad. Yeah, so essentially that's what we're dealing with. All right, so again, I agree. I want more deportations. I agree the Epstein file cover-up is abominable, obviously. However, this war in Iran is based as fuck. All right, killing terrorists that are trying to kill us is actually awesome. I don't want boots on the ground for a decade. Absolutely not. That would be an absolute nightmare. But killing terrorists that are directly trying to kill us, absolutely based as fuck. And you will never, ever change my mind. But again, anywho, whether you agree or not, like, this stance is, like, understand who you're voting for, okay? Understand what we're doing here. We're voting, I don't like that Trump killed a terrorist trying to kill us, so therefore I am going to literally vote for race communists that are grooming and castrating children while they abort a third of our generation. All right, like, dude, they're doing this constantly. This is after Trump was almost assassinated. Nothing of value was lost. This is when Corey Contemperator, the firefighter at the Trump rally, was killed by an assassin. Right? All forms of violence are acceptable against nobody's disappointed, etc., etc. Trump's slogan almost came true. America was almost great again. Too bad it didn't kill Trump. So again, like, understand what we're dealing with, right? Do you understand what we're? How did he miss? Right. So anyway, this is what we're dealing with on the other side. Half the country wants to kill us, and we need to destroy them. them. We need to crush them. There's no unity. I don't want unity with these people. I want them to be absolutely destroyed. Peacefully and non-violently, they need to be obliterated. Like, I know the politically correct stance would be for me to say that, no, we should ally with them. No, there's no allying with them. This entire ideology needs to be absolutely humiliated in public as much as possible. And let's just say, they made themselves very clear. So the Democrats actually surprised even me. The U.S. House overwhelmingly voted to officially declare Iran as the largest state sponsor of terrorism. This is an objective fact, by the way. Right? Whatever you want to vote, I don't give a shit if you vote. It's objectively a fact that Iran is the largest state sponsor of terrorism in the world. Aside from them committing acts of terrorism, bombing civilians constantly with all forms of, weapons that were banned by the Geneva Conventions for all those that still care about international law. They've been using cluster rounds to maximize the amount of civilian casualties possible. They target schools. They target children. They're targeting civilians. They literally target airports and hotels in Kuwait and Bahrain and Qatar and UAE and Saudi Arabia and Turkey, in these countries that were not involved with the conflict that they bombed anyway. They are the largest state sponsor of terrorism, aside from the fact that they literally support all these proxies, the Houthis and Hezbollah and Hamas. They literally prop these retards up that have caused unbelievable amounts of pain and suffering and death, not only in Iran itself, not only killing Americans, but they've killed Israelis, they've killed the Kurds in Syria, they've killed the Owlites in Syria, they've killed the Druze in Syria, they've killed 300,000+ people in Yemen. All right, understand what we're dealing with. Right, we are dealing with the largest state sponsor of terrorism, and it's an objectively good thing that these retards are getting obliterated in real time. Now, of course, 53 Democrats voted no. This is the real shock. The real shock to me wasn't that we managed to pass, to vote to officially declare Iran as the largest state sponsor of terrorism. The shock to me is that 53 Democrats voted that they're not terrorists. Like, these are people that have killed thousands of Americans, aside from the tens of thousands of their own people, and destabilized the region around them. In my opinion, any person that voted that they're not terrorists is a terrorist. I would agree that the Democrat Party is largely just the party of terrorism these days. Open borders, infinite illegal aliens coming in with their own ideologies, all these riots, all this shit. Like, I've been calling them domestic terrorists for a while now, but I don't think you hate them enough. I think you view them as just like your fellow man, and they are your fellow man, except they're possessed by demons and they need to be destroyed. Make no peace with evil. And people are deluding themselves into thinking that these people could just, we can cohabitate and coexist with them. I think Trump's biggest flaw is in the domestic front, that he's not destroying this. We don't just need mass deportation, we need a hell of a crackdown on terrorism and all of this shit in our country. Now, what a lot of people are unaware of is the fact that the average human actually thinks this is retarded. Even someone who is more left-leaning will look at something like this and just, there's no way to possibly explain that this makes any sense at all.
They're totally going off the cliff because of how much they hate the president. That resolution that we just voted on the House floor. The House voted on something substantially similar 3 years ago, and everybody except for one person on the House floor voted for it. And now you have 53 Democrats who will not vote for a bill, a resolution that simply stipulates that Iran is the leading state sponsor of terrorism in the world. I mean, that is purely political. That's not about ideological conviction in any sense.
Correct. The left will sell out our country and leave our people to die, our troops to suffer, so that they could stick it to Trump. Understand, and that's my major objective through this video, by the way. My major objective is to prove to you that all the people that are against Trump eliminating a terrorist, quite literally, they have an ulterior motive. Either they're like the Nick Fuentes people that are going to vote Democrat because they hate Israel so much they're upset that this is good for Israel, that we're eliminating terrorists that are a threat to both us and Israel. Or it's going to be leftists that quite literally, they refuse to acknowledge that Iran are terrorists because they're trying to stick it to Trump. Like, unironically, because of this ulterior motive, they are willing to sacrifice our people. And I'm going to show you the third world reaction because it's the funniest shit in the universe.
It's a group of people who want to oppose the president no matter what he's doing, no matter how much safer it makes the world, because they want to one-up him politically. I mean, it's really disgusting.
Completely true. All right? Because they're upset at Trump politically, they're willing to side with literal terrorists. And that's exactly what's happening in real time. They are siding with terrorists because they hate Trump. Now, this was insane. So the Iran War Powers Resolution narrowly failed, but we put everyone on the record. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So Thomas Massie, a lot of people are calling him based for the Epstein file thing. And by the way, I am really happy he worked hard to release the Epstein files. All that shit needs to be released. Every pedophile needs to get castrated and crucified legally after a court case. And overwhelming evidence, we fucking kill those guys too. Don't get me wrong. I'm fully on board with that. There's just no evidence that Trump's a pedophile. Now, Thomas Massie, I've said this for a long time, and I've been proven correct again and again. While I do appreciate that he got the Epstein files released, I do think his motives are everything less than noble. I do think he has a chip on his shoulder, and he's trying to get attention by this by just being anti-Trump every step of the way. And he's been voting against every single Trump policy, including fucking voter ID, all right? Like, for a very long time. So I've been saying, I'm happy he's been pushing for the Epstein file releases. I do, however, think he's compromised, and I do believe that he personally has an agenda other than actually doing what he thinks is best for the American people. For example, right now we had this War Powers resolution. All the House came together. They're trying to vote as much as they possibly can to prevent the war from going on in Iran. Unfortunately for retards, they lost, all right? So it turns out, as you can see, 212 people tried to stop the war, and 219 people voted to continue the war. So they tried all this thing. Remember how they were all crying about an illegal war? Well, that narrative's dead. The war is legal, all right? First of all, it was never an illegal war. It was merely an undocumented war, okay? There are no illegal wars on stolen land. This is first and foremost. We have to understand, put ourselves into perspective. Second of all, legality doesn't exist when war exists, all right? Because we are the law. That's second. Super important for you to note. Third, and this is also super important, and I'm really glad that people are starting to acknowledge this, you lost. You lost in the House because normal Americans realized that these people were building nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles to be a threat to us. They've killed thousands of us. They're terrorists. Now they're fucking dead, and that's great. And yes, why am I going to celebrate their death? Because they fucking sucked. Look, man, I'm not trying to be controversial here or anything, but I will tell you exactly where my morals come from. When the Egyptians tried to massacre the Israelites and failed and were obliterated, when the Israelites crossed the Dead Sea, all right, and they all died, the first thing that the Israelites did was sing to God praise for eliminating their enemies that were trying to kill them. So I say thank you, God, for letting our military be based as fuck and eliminating these goat fucking terrorist pedophiles. No more of this pussification shit. Oh no, people are dying. Yes, it's war. People die, all right? They wanted to kill us. They were given the option to make a deal. They didn't make a deal, and now they're dead. Good riddance, fuckers. Now, this was a big twist. Thomas Massie, he's very against Operation Epic Fury, right? He wanted to do this whole war powers thing to try to cuck our military from actually doing anything useful. They're doing their absolute best to try to stop the war, right? He's anti-Trump in all these bills. This is pretty weird. Now, people started looking into his America First donations, right? So we know it's not AIPAC that's sponsoring him, right? And AIPAC is obviously very pro-Israel. Now, but who is sponsoring him? What is going on? Let's see. So he got a lot of $7,000 donations. That's funny. That's what I told that Israel pays. But it seems like his major funders are Maruk Zaid, Muslim, Maruk Sam, Maruk Rani, Maruk Muhammad, Maruk Rania, Maruk Zaid, Maruk Sam, Maruk Rania, Maruk Rain, Maruk Muhammad, Maruk Sam, Maruk Rania, Maruk Hussein, Maruk Sam. Oh, wow, it's so interesting. It seems like all of his top donors are Muslim. That's pretty weird how that keeps happening. Wow. So you mean to tell me that his top donors are Muslims? And he's against Donald Trump going to war with Islamic terrorists? Now, I've already mentioned my stance on AIPAC in the past, but I will reiterate. I think all foreign lobbying should be illegal, period. Technically, AIPAC is not foreign lobbying, but I think all lobbying for the intentions of helping foreign countries should also be obliterated. I don't think that's remotely acceptable when we're putting people into Congress. I think when people are getting elected to represent us, they should only represent America. I don't even believe in dual citizens. I don't think there should be any dual citizens in our government. If there is a dual citizen that gets elected to our government, they need to renounce one of their citizenships. I have remained steadfast in my belief of this. If you want to represent the American people, your only interest should be the American people. But this is a classic example of Islamist infiltration of the right, and they are quite literally corrupting our people. And there's billions of them. So maybe you should look into exactly where you're getting your information from, or who the people that are being propped up by seemingly retards are actually fighting for. I was shocked when this information came out just today. But that's what we're dealing with. So yes, no surprise here that Thomas Massie is against the war in Iran. Pay attention to who lines the pockets of the people that are advocating for you. All right, pay attention to where you're getting your information and what their vested ulterior motive might actually be. I could let you know for a fact, I get literally zero money from anywhere. I am fucking getting obliterated on demonetized YouTube videos because I'm talking about war and shit, okay? So if you don't want to trust me because I'm a blue retard, that's valid, but I'm definitely not getting paid. Feel free to support me on Patreon. Link in the description. Every donation is very appreciated. Now we got to talk about the Warfront and the retards that are making believe that things are different than they actually are. Iran missile launches during the first 8 days of conflict. All right, I feel like this is super important to understand exactly what's going on because this one tweet tells the entire story. On day 1, they fired 350 ballistic missiles. On day 2, 175 ballistic missiles. Half. On day 3, 120. Day 4, 50. Day 5, 40. Day 6, 32. Day 7, 28. Day 8, 15. And with drones, day 1, 294. Day 2, 541. Well, it increased on day 2. Day 3, 200. Day 4, 85. Day 5, 45. Day 6, 38. Day 7, 30. Day 8, 12. This, for the record, is verified. This is according to everyone, basically, according to the United States military, according to the Mossad. This is also according to Wikipedia, in case you're interested. And this means that they're losing massively. All right, they're running out of missiles. They're running out of infrastructure. They're getting fucking obliterated. Their missile launches are getting destroyed in real times by our planes and by Israel's planes. These attacks are getting intercepted, and I can tell you from personal experience, I have spoken to a lot of family that is in Israel, and they are telling me that they literally have to run into the bomb shelter now like once a day instead of like every hour, which was the case over the first like 2 days of the war. So, yeah, they're running out of steam, and we are obliterating them in record time, and I made a video just recently covering basically all of our gigantic victories, but this is unprecedented levels of victories happening here, by the way, for those of you that are unaware. In fact, all of Trump's epic strategies seem to be working. The U.S. and Venezuela agreed to reestablish diplomatic relations. But I was reliably informed by geopolitical experts Marjorie Trader Green and Thomas Massie that arresting Maduro would lead to a long, bloody, and costly war between the U.S. and Venezuela. Wow! I was told by Tucker Carlson that we would lose hundreds of thousands of soldiers and we would lose a war against Iran. I was told by comedian and podcaster Dave Smith that actually engaging with Iran would cost us our homeland of the United States of America, drag us into World War III. I was told, anyway, they were all wrong, actually, it turns out, and it seems like they were all being propped up by Islamists. Because this is the biggest psyop of our time, all right? Ever since the Gaza psyop, which is what happened, because there was obviously no genocide in Gaza if you actually look at any of the numbers. If you even look at Hamas's numbers, they admit there was no genocide in Gaza. They admit that half of the people that were eliminated were actually Hamas terrorists and the other half were human shields. There was no starvation. The UN walked back that claim, all right? There was no starvation in Gaza. Like, all these claims and shit that we've been hearing for, like, the last 3 years about Gaza, most of them were fake, all right? Objectively no genocide. And we are watching this same psyop work again. Except now, because we are involved, and we, the United States of America, don't take this shit from anybody, we are shutting down these false narratives really fast. Pay attention to how our enemy operates. They lie. So, first of all, we have to understand the people we are importing into our countries. This is a video of a man that we are importing into our nations. As you can see, this is him having sex with a donkey. And then he notices that someone is videoing him having sex with a donkey, so he removes the donkey. Beautiful stuff. Now, let's import 20 million of these treasures into our nations immediately. And then we give them all sorts of internet access and shit like that, and we give them the technology that we, as superior nations, have developed. No, Nux, you're not allowed to acknowledge that our nation is superior. What do you want me to do? Our nation is superior. We are superior. We built all this shit. All right, and you're using the shit and liberties that we have built and that we have established in order to destroy us, and I'm tired of it. I'm not going to sit here and make believe that this is normal. All right, these third worlders have discovered AI and it one-shotted the entire third world. Now, this is Iranians laughing and celebrating watching the regime get wiped out. These goats, because it turns out the strikes are very pinpointed, right? The actual Iranians are, for the most part, unharmed by these strikes. Obviously, there's always going to be civilian casualties, And it's a tragedy. It's a real tragedy, don't get me wrong. But these people were in more threat because of the regime than because of the missiles striking their city. These guys literally sitting there celebrating, watching the balcony as the United States and Israel strikes their fucking regime headquarters. It's insane stuff. As an Iranian, living inside my country during a war, I will say this plainly. The chance of me getting killed by masked armed men roaming the streets or by gunmen standing on mosque rooftops behind machine guns is far greater than the chance of dying in an airstrike. That is the truth of life under the Islamic regime occupying Iran. The real fear here has never come from the sky. It's always been from the men the regime unleashes on its own people. And people are trying to debunk this person, being like, you're obviously not from Iran because it says over here that your account is based in the United States with a little symbol here saying that a VPN is active, connected via the Iran Android app. Yeah, this is obviously an Iranian. And the reason for this is why it's based in the United States with a VPN is because Iran shut off the internet in Iran to massacre their own people. Yeah, they're fucking vicious terrorist monsters. So this is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Watch the third world cope and cry how A, there's a genocide going on, and B, they're also simultaneously winning the war, right? Good morning, Tel Aviv. As you can see. Wow. This is clearly a video of Tel Aviv absolutely destroyed by Iranian weaponry. So superior. Community note, this video shows damage from an Iranian missile strike in Ramat Gan on June 19th, 2025. Yeah, this is actually very old. This is not real. This didn't happen recently at all. In fact, the funniest part is the person that posted it, The Savior, all right, as you can see, he's based. The Savior over here actually posted this twice. I posted this 6 months ago too. Good morning from Tel Aviv. Using the exact same video you posted 8 months ago. Embarrassing. True. Like, these people will literally do anything they can to lie, right? So this is Suleiman Ahmed. All right, let's go. Boom, boom, Tel Aviv, showing these booms. All right, it's a boom in Tel Aviv. Look at all these booms in Tel Aviv from Suleiman Ahmed. This was, as you can see, posted yesterday. Oh my god. Except Suleiman Ahmed posted literally exact same video 8 months ago. He knows this is a lie. He even had the same caption. He wrote boom boom Tel Aviv last time too. Like, again, these people are literally posting SLOP videos to make it look like they're winning a war that they're losing massively. Tel Aviv, they are losing the war. Oh my god, look at all of this devastation. Oh my god, look at all of this devastation. That's unbelievable. Grok, is this real? No, not real. Those images show heavy rubble and fires from Gaza-style destruction zones, not Tel Aviv. Diabolical stuff. This is so sad. Buildings in Tel Aviv are getting blasted. 200 Israeli casualties tonight alone. 600,000 views. Look at... Wow! Tel Aviv getting blasted, made by AI. This is the craziest thing. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. These guys will simultaneously scream that a genocide is happening and also be posting AI videos that the entire third world believes in. The whole third world thinks this is actually happening. This is the greatest psyop of all time. After this Iran war, wallahi, no country will ever fear the US again. Iran has exposed a lot. 30,000 likes. Really? What did they expose? That our firepower is unmatched? We've taken out all of your leaders and all of the actual guys that follow up. 88 commanders came together to decide a new leader, and Israel managed to find that location and blow up all 88 of those retards at the same time. Really, bro? Really? No country will fear the US again? Well, then explain to me why China is absolutely shaking their boots, refusing to assist Iran. Explain to me why Russia is just basically saying, good luck, homies. We are not getting involved at all. Right? Explain to me why our forces are only getting stronger, our technology is getting better, and our allies are getting tighter. Right? We are literally closer allies to Qatar and the UAE and Saudi Arabia and Israel than ever before. Not even close. And then you'll have these people be like, Iran has exposed everything. Meanwhile, Israel took out like every single one of their fucking commanders, and America took out every single one of their nuclear sites and missile launchers. Their entire navy is at the bottom of the sea. They have no air force anymore. All right? We own the skies above Iran. Like, this is insane. Our only casualties were people that were struck in Bahrain, not even on the battlefield, and Israel still did not suffer one single soldier casualty in this war, only civilians that were targeted by these retards. This might be the most overwhelming victory ever in the history of warfare. Iran is winning. The X algorithm changed because Iran is winning. Yes, Iran is winning. It's unbelievable. Iran is doing so well. So sad. The last image of Mikhail Midorgahi, a third-grade Iranian student who was murdered by a U.S.-Israeli airstrike in his elementary school in Minab, Iran, waving his last farewell to his mother. So he was attending the all-girls school. Like, they can't even keep their lives in order. Also, it's AI. This is the real person in the photo. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable watching them do this. Sneako is honestly one of my favorite guys ever for this entire war, because he's proven he's retarded. A lot of people on, like, the based right-wing sphere, they've been embracing this guy. Being like, yeah, I know he's Muslim and he supports all these fucking terrorists, but at least he hates the Jews or whatever. And it's like they're like, embracing this guy, but he's been a complete retard. It's amazing. Khomeini passively set the trap that will win the war. Khomeini's dead, by the way. 86-year-old, reportedly with cancer. If he allowed the Epstein Empire to martyr him, he proves he does not fear death. My guy, he died within the first 5 seconds of the war. His opponents can never say the same. Wow! You mean a death cult worships death and people that like life worship life? It's almost like in Deuteronomy 30:19, where it says, choose life. I guess Khomeini didn't follow the word of God, and he chose death instead. His opponents can never say the same. Iran and the Axis of Resistance are more united than ever. They're terrorists, and they're dying in real time. Bro talked about fighting Israel and the U.S. for 46 years, only to die in day one. Retarded gay. Did you just take both pills, Sneako? What's going on? It's crazy. Yeah, secretly, Khomeini set the trap that won the war. Bro, they're getting annihilated. Like, it's not even close. This is Sneako crying when he hears the news that Khomeini died. Khomeini, a terrorist dictator, pedophile rapist.
امام علی صلوات الله علیه و سلامه علیهما در ماه مبارک رمضان با سر دادن ندای آسمانی فست و رب الکعبه به ساحت مقدس الهی واصل گردید.
A little bit of performative crying from Sneako over here. It's very important. And this is what Sneako had to say about Khomeini. This guy, this fucking retard over here, this third worlder masquerading as some based American guy. This is what he had to say about it.
But it's a reminder that this life is short. And so Khomeini, if he did die, if you died in this act,
He died like a dog, like a rat. He's burning in hell.
especially during the holy month of Ramadan, and
But he was killed on a Friday. You might not be aware of this, but if a Muslim dies on Friday, they don't go to heaven. That's a real rule. Because Islam has some of the craziest fucking rules of all time. Like, bro, this religion is diabolical.
Allah, he gets the highest rank in Jannah, and he gets eternal paradise. He gets
Bro, he's gonna get eternal paradise. He raped a generation of children. He rapes children before executing them so they don't go to heaven as virgins. He literally says you're allowed to sexually abuse children under the age of 9 as long as there's no penetration, and only at the age of 9 could you marry them. This is literally his rules.
the highest rank, he gets martyrdom. That's the highest achievement we can get. But
Yeah, so again, this guy is your hero, my guy. You might be a terrorist. Dude, I love these clips of Sneako figuring out how retarded his religion is in real time. No offense, obviously, if you're based and stuff, but like, this is Sneako figuring out that you're not allowed to wear the color red in Islam.
oh, so the Prophet forbade men to wear saffron probably for this reason.
I don't know about the saffron, but I know we're not allowed to wear blood red.
You can't wear red?
Blood red
Oh, but that's literally most of his clothes. Oh.
is the color.
That's all I wear.
I know, but
You just told me that!
I mean, bro,
Is
this the first time I'm telling you that?
That's my thing!
Bro.
Yeah, so again, like, watching this dude, this is a clip from today, by the way. Watching a clip in real time of this dude realizing how retarded his religion is amazing. The highest stage in hell if you're a pedophile terrorist. Yes, it's amazing. So anyway, so Sneako's been coping in the greatest way ever. All right, I will debate any mouthpiece worth talking to in favor of war with Iran, anytime, anywhere, live, every day. I'm more than happy to debate this guy over here, but I doubt he will have the cojones to actually debate me. I don't think it's actually going to happen because I think he knows he's going to get humiliated. Matt Walsh, Piers Morgan challenged me and ran when I accepted. No one challenged this guy. Most won't debate a losing position. They will hide behind lies and beg for war they never fight in. Yes. Yeah, again, I would debate you, no problem, but I have a feeling you would be way too scared to do that. I don't blame you. I would be scared if I was in your position because your position is literally defending a literal self-proclaimed Islamic terrorist pedophile, and I don't know if that's where you want to be. I mean, you worship a pedophile. I don't think you'd want to actively defend one in a debate, but maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe you'll take me up on it, right? They hate Muslims with every fiber of their being because they will never be able to beat us. Breaking news, and this is going to shake you to your core, Sneako. If you're watching this video, I suggest that you do a little bit of research. Muslims haven't won a war since the 1100s. Okay, I'm not trying to be controversial or anything. Y'all haven't won a war in almost 1,000 years, unless it's a war with other Muslims. Now you can chalk it up to inbreeding or whatever the fuck, but like, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just being real here. Y'all haven't won a war in 1,000 years. Pete Hegseth's title was changed last year from Secretary of Defense to Secretary of War. Under his right arm is an Antichrist tattoo. No. Under his right arm is a tattoo saying kafar, because you would literally kill him if you could. And he knows that, because in Islam, you kill all the non-believers, and he's a non-believer. So what he actually has is Yeshua, which is Hebrew for Jesus, Deus Vult, God wills it, crusade tattoos, based as fuck, by the way, and also the kafar tattoo, basically, because he understands exactly how you regard him. He actually understands who his enemies are. Alright? Notice how every single video in Iran shows the people united and inspired, but every Western Iranian supporting war is a shrieking ghoul dressed like a prostitute. Wow, look at this video! Look at all the Iranians united! Wow, Sneako! Community note. This video shows crowds outside the shrine of Imam Musa al-Kazim in Kazmain, Iraq on January 2026 in an annual commemoration of the Imam's death. It has nothing to do with Khomeini or the war between the US and Iran. He just lies. Like, he'll just post some shit. He makes it up. Look at how united Iran is. Posts a video of Iraq, and he gets, 10,000 likes from the third world. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Like, dude, watching these people getting humiliated is my favorite thing ever. Iranian influencers saw their own country getting bombed by the Jews and rushed off to Instagram to celebrate by taking off all their clothes. I am an Iranian YouTuber. Shut the fuck up. We're not celebrating our country getting bombed. We're celebrating the death of the dictator, the end of the regime that murdered, raped, tortured, and hanged us for 47 years. You don't get to lecture Iranians on how to feel about our own executions. Save your sanctimonious crap. Where the fuck were you when your beloved idol Khomeini massacred 35,000 people in less than 48 hours? Shut the fuck up. Ratio to oblivion. 44k likes to 19k likes. Dude, it's like honestly humiliating to be third worlders. And they're all like this, by the way. Nux, are you oversimplifying? Yeah, I'm oversimplifying. All of these third world Islamists are getting one shot by AI on the timeline, making believe they're winning a war and simultaneously suffering a genocide. Look at Cenk Uygur. They're trying to turn Iran into Gaza. What? All these guys know it's genocide. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. British papers, by the way, they're owned by Islam now, reporting Israel is bombing hospitals, residential buildings, and schools in Iran. Notice how there's no source attached, because it's literally not true. This is from the same guys who pretend they wanted this war because they cared so much about the Iranian people. They did! Quite literally. Of course everyone cares about the Iranian people. I think it's super important to understand that, A, this war is really good for us because they're terrorists trying to kill us and now they're dead. So that's huge. That's a W. And B, and this is also super important, and I don't want you to forget it for just a second, it's also objectively good for the people in Iran that have been getting massacred in the streets. Yes, this is a net positive for all the good guys, which is why basically everyone's on the same side here against Iran. Qatar is working with Israel and America against Iran. Look at what's even happening. This is the unification of a century, and Cenk Uygur saying that it's a genocide in Iran. I thought you were just talking about how you were winning. You were just talking about how you were winning a second ago. How Iran was secretly winning this giant war, right? Oh, my God, these people are actually retarded. Zara Sultana, a sitting MP in England, all right? Zionism is the greatest threat to humanity. Meanwhile, there were 48,000 plus Islamic terror attacks since 9/11, all right? Like, bro, unbelievable levels of bullshit that we need to tolerate with these people. Holy crap. All right. Junior, who's an Islamic debater or whatever. Breaking. Tucker Carlson claims the Iran war exists. This is amazing. So Israel can rebuild the third temple and destroy Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem to bring back the Messiah. Why are Muslims ignoring this warning? Because it's retarded. Because objectively it's retarded. You want to know something that's so true, and no one will ever say this part out loud? If Israel ever wanted to remove the Al-Aqsa Mosque, it fucking could, and there's nothing you could do about it. That's one. Two, did you know that Al-Aqsa Mosque is literally built on the destroyed temple? All right, this was Jewish holy ground before it was ever Islam holy ground. There was the Jewish temple was built here, for the record, over 1,000 years before Islam existed. And then, the largest colonial occupation religion of all time, Islam, decided that they were going to conquer it, build shit on top of it, and then cry and scream that they're actually the victims of colonialism and stuff. Now, the funny thing is, Israel could destroy this whenever they wanted to. They don't want to because, believe it or not, I guess Tucker Carlson's information about summoning the Messiah by destroying Al-Aqsa is kind of fake. Why are Muslims ignoring this wording? You know, because there's nothing they can do about it. And also, it's completely irrelevant. And also, it's obviously not happening yet. Maybe it will. Come on, Muslims, be careful. Al-Aqsa Mosque might get destroyed. Who knows? Keep an eye on this one, Muslims. It's gonna happen. You're gonna see it. It's gonna happen. Anyway, this is pro-Palestinians. Iran is winning, so they changed the algorithm. Meanwhile, in Tel Aviv. This is in a bunker in Tel Aviv partying. All right. Yeah. All right. Obviously, total Palestine victory or some shit. I'm really glad people are actually waking up and realizing that this is completely retarded and the third world is getting humiliated by AI on the timeline.
So do you guys want to find out whether this is real footage or not?
All right. Let's see.
It's not.
Oh, I can't believe it. What? No.
It's not. There we go.
Oh, wow.
And I was getting ready for this, right? Because I want to show you guys. I want to
just know they've been doing this with Gaza for the last 3 years.
Show you guys what's been going on, because this is one of the big things is that there's a lot of people on the internet right now who are angry because they think that Elon has been going around and censoring all of the bombs and everything happening to
really America's on fire and so is Israel, and Elon, owned by the Jews, is tricking the third world into thinking they're not actually winning the war.
Tel Aviv, right? That basically Elon is working for Israel.
The Jews.
And he's
just say the Jews. Just say the Jews. Leftists would call it Israel. Right-wing people call it the Jews, all right? You have to understand what you're dealing with.
Censoring all of the times that Israel has blown things up.
That's how you know the difference between Sneako and Cenk Uygur. They have the exact same politics, the exact same stances on life. The only difference is Cenk will say the Zionists because he's on the left, and Sneako will say the Jews because he's on the right. Understand the difference, but they have the same politics. The same religion, the same politics, the same stances, exactly the same opinions on everything. They both think that the Jews did 9/11 and that the Jews controlled the United States of America. They have the same exact politics and they both supported Zoran Mamdani. That's right, Zoran Mamdani, communist, supported by Sneako, a based right-wing influencer. Weird how that happened. It's almost like he actually just wants Islam to come in and invade or something. Wow, it's so weird that this keeps happening. Pay attention.
So Iranian defense has been suspended.
No!
Iranian military updates has been suspended. And so we're going to read some of these right here. And let me make sure I've got everything. Here's another one. What's up, Elon? Not keen on free speech anymore?
Oh my God, he banned an account.
Well, wait a minute. What do you mean no free speech? And so let's read some more of the comments and people saying this. Who else noted that there have been a reduction in videos of the war since last night?
Oh,
Elon does not want us to see how Iran is smashing Israel.
Bro, I love the cope so much. Like, it's a genocide in Iran. Also, Iran is winning. The third world, bro. We have integrated with these people and they think that they are our match. Oh my God.
User Ahmed Hamdan Darling.
Charlie, a straight white Christian.
Journalist of Gaza in the Middle East was caught finally. All of his war shit turns out to be fake. And his current campaign of SLOP was 90% AI generated.
Wow. You mean to tell me that this was all a gigantic hoax? A psyop? By the way, the Gaza thing, the psyop worked for the most part. All these retards screaming on campuses and all that because they were fooled by these third worlders. Like, it's unbelievable that it actually worked on some of these retards.
So take a look at, let's read some of these comments. Does anyone else find it odd that Israel was reportedly hit with 50 missiles last night?
It wasn't. Reportedly means some retarded third worlder on Twitter is making up a fan fiction and you believed it.
But there are very few videos on it?
Yeah, because it didn't happen.
Did you notice the change on X? No more videos of them losing this war.
Yeah, it's almost like they're not losing the war.
It's like the war in Iran isn't happening.
Oh, it's happening. Oh, it's happening. They lost their entire Navy and Air Force.
It's like Israel isn't getting pounded.
It's not getting pounded.
don't want us to know how badly they're losing. This is the destruction of X by the Zionists. You're not being shown the videos that have
God, dude, I love it so much because this is so obviously retarded. Like, these are the people that are saying the Jews did 9/11, right? The Jews did 9/11. Also, the Jews are losing the war with Iran. Okay, dude.
Sure, the damage being inflicted on Tel Aviv. Just like X also blocked most videos showing the IDF bombing Gaza and harming children and civilians.
It's almost like that also is drastically overrated.
This is all by design. Selective censorship.
Oh my God. New Candace Owens tweet from 15 minutes ago. Charlie Kirk was the first casualty in the war in Iran. Never forget what they did to him. The Jews killed Charlie Kirk so that they could invade Iran. Yes! Yes! These people are all demented and retarded, and it's honestly hilarious watching them cope and seethe. I was so first calling out all these retards, bro. You murdered 3,000 Americans on 9/11 for starters, she says to Netanyahu. What are we doing? They're actually retarded.
Equals psyops. Someone needs to go and get some videos of Israel being pounded because suddenly...
Damn, it's really hard to get those videos because it didn't happen.
My algorithm isn't showing anything. Elon turned the Protect Israel algorithm up to 11 this morning. It's not even subtle. I'm curious that Twitter no longer shows any video of what's happening in Tel Aviv.
God, the third
Why
world,
is my
bro.
feed suddenly only showing me videos of America striking Iran for Israel?
They're all like this, man. And so many people fell for this psyop, all right? Look, man, I've called out names already before. I'm not going to sit here and reiterate the list. So everyone that literally is out here screaming about, oh my God, it's Israel, it's the Jews, or also simultaneously, America's losing the war, America's going to lose thousands, right? All these retards, okay, they're all retarded. They fell for the most obvious third world psyop in history for some internet likes.
This is seriously pissing me off. X algorithms have not been fixed to show videos of the war, specifically where Iran is hammering down on Israel and American setups. Since last evening, we haven't seen a new video. This is how Musk supports the right-wing filth. And
I love how by saying this is how Musk supports the right-wing filth, it just basically admits that this is just a leftist that wants to see Americans die. I'm really glad that they exposed themselves like this. Yes, this is, by the way, why there's this Islamic-communist alliance. I've been saying this for a long time. A lot of people say to me, Nux, why is it that you have like these Islamists that, you know, they're anti-LGBT, right? They support executing gay people. Why are they all voting Democrat? Why are they all leftists? Why are the leftists all celebrating them? Why does Queers for Palestine exist, right? You have these gay people celebrating Palestine. Places where they literally execute gay people. Like, why? And the answer is simple. It's because they both hate the West. The Western world is a world funded on biblical values. And they hate that because they hate God. So they're more than willing to align with demons of a different persuasion to destroy us. Quite literally, that's what's happening.
Manipulates narratives.
Whee!
Last night, we found a guy in Pakistan that was managing 31 accounts posting AI war videos.
Uh-oh.
All were hacked and the usernames were changed on February 27th to Iran War Monitor or some derivative. We're getting faster at detecting this and also eliminating the incentive to do this.
Wow.
So you have an entire collection of people who have psyoped themselves into believing the AI videos of Israel being blown up were real. That's right. So he's upset with videos.
And that's exactly what the confirmation bias that we need to deal with is, right? We have confirmation bias. Leftists, or this is something that I feel like a lot of people need to start waking up to, especially leftists and third worlders are retarded. I know that that's offensive to leftists and third worlders, but unfortunately, they are retarded, so I actually don't care. Now, it's super important to note, they don't care about reality. Reality doesn't matter to these people. So they will let their confirmation bias convince themselves that non-reality is happening. That's why they'll all talk about the pretendicide in Gaza. That's why they'll talk about Iran winning this war, which is the most overwhelming, crushing defeat I've ever seen in the history of warfare. Except for maybe Nagasaki and Hiroshima getting nuked. And, well, that worked out very well for us, actually. So the reality is, these people don't believe in reality, right? Men could be women and women could be men, and there are infinite genders, and gender is a spectrum, and actually trans people are not mentally ill, and we should give them weapons that they should use to kill us. I mean, I don't want to be rude here, but, like, this third world retard crash out, all right? Like, these people psyop themselves into thinking that Islam as a religion makes sense. You cannot wear red, Sneako! No, don't do it! Oh no, Khomeini was killed on a Friday! You don't go to heaven if you're killed on a Friday! Like, I'm serious. Like, what are we doing, guys? Oh, thank God. I know he was a terrorist pedophile, but he died killing Jews, so at least he's gonna have sex with children in heaven for eternity. Like, what? God, like, dude! Like, guys! Wake up! What are we doing? If you're a Muslim watching this video and you're on my side, I just want to say, no hate. Find God. I'm praying for you, my brother. But, like, dude, we're dealing with a society that just quite literally doesn't believe in reality, that psyops itself into believing in whatever the fuck dancing monkeys that they're told by whatever they want to be confirmed, their confirmation bias tells them. Oh, actually, women are just as powerful as men, and therefore should be in the military at the same level as men, and we need diversity, and it doesn't actually exclude white people to literally file white people based on their color. I am anti-racist, which is why white people are all bad. All right, dude. I am not sexist, which is why men are all the problem. And whenever someone says that to me, my first response is, even George Floyd? And they're like, oh my God, not aside from George Floyd. Dude, we're dealing with actual monkeys. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. These people psyop themselves into believing the most unbelievable fake shit. Reality doesn't matter to these people. They psyop themselves into thinking they're winning this war, just like they psyop themselves into thinking there was a genocide in Gaza, and they psyop themselves into thinking that men could chop their penises off and magically become women.
Depicting gross deaths of children and women were not allowed, and the fake news videos are being taken down. That's right. And so I was saying this before, right? Is that, like, apparently they were listening, or I mean, I think this really doesn't take it much. You know, it's not like I'm the only person that ever thought of this. I think it's pretty fucking obvious that, you know, when you have a bunch of people that are posting fake news constantly, that it's going to make everything look bad.
Duh.
The devs, yeah, damn does rip bozo, exactly. The Iran jets just shut down. What is this here? And how do they ignore live cams? Because they're stupid.
This is the funniest part. There is literally a 24-hour live cam of Tel Aviv constantly. It's constantly running. All right, so all these people be like, oh my God, Tel Aviv, it's on fire, it's destroyed. And it's like, should we look at the live cam? And it's like, no, the live cam is Zionist propaganda. It's like, bro, you guys are losing the war because America's fucking awesome, okay? Now, cry about it.
And so anyway, let's go back. I'll look and show you guys some of the images. This is this is from Iran. That's later on. Let me see if I can pull up and show you guys some more of these here, because, here's one. Iranian media decided to showcase their successes against the United States. So here's Iran blowing up the United States.
Wow.
Well, it looks like they've won.
It's
That's
over.
right, guys.
Oh, we lost. Damn it.
And,
I wasn't
included
told.
Scenes of a Soyuz missile hitting a battleship Yamato. Problem is, the Soyuz is a space carrier, and the Yamato sank in April 1945. So there's another one right there. Let's see if I can pull any more of these up. And
they don't even care. They don't care about reality. Reality doesn't matter to these people.
Where the fuck did these go? No, that's not it either. Oh, here it is. There is a whole subworld on social media that genuinely thinks Iran sunk 60 ships and killed over 3,000 soldiers.
This is so true. A lot of people don't know this. This is actually true. If you haven't been like doing research, there is an entire subset of like these mouth-breathing Neanderthals, all right, that actually think Iran is drastically winning, destroyed our entire fleet. All right, we have thousands of casualties, and they're like, and America's covering it up. They're only saying that they had 6 casualties. They had thousands, and they're lying for fake morale. Nah, dude. All right, come on, guys.
See this? This is, over 5,060 Marines have died, not counting those from the aircraft carrier Abraham Lincoln.
Right.
And this post has, it's actually not that many. That's good at least, right? And, but I've seen this circulating like 50 fucking times, right? And here's another one. The moments before Iran destroyed the
AI videos completely one-shotted the third world. They have no defenses for this. See, I have been trained on years of seeing bullshit on the internet. These people, they had no defenses. Their mental defenses were just completely overwhelmed by, flashy pictures, movie. Nux, you're being racist? Yes! Yes, they have an average IQ of 80. They have an average IQ of 80, okay? Like, can we even blame them? This isn't even from a racist place. I'm not blaming them for being dumb. Like, what do you want me to do? Yes, okay, their parents shouldn't have been cousins. Well, what do you want me to say? 1,400 years of inbreeding and Parwiz Hamdidi over here is retarded. Well, what do you want me to tell you? It's not my fault.
U.S. Navy fleet in Bahrain. They just blew the whole thing up. Iran, they just figured, you know what? You've activated our trap card. It's time to just blow up the entire American Navy.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I love how they, like, even in this AI video, they filmed themselves before turning it around. It's like, I love that they do that, right? The Iran blew up the American Navy, and in the AI video that they generated, they first have the camera filming themselves, which isn't even them, before turning it to the Navy getting destroyed. Oh, wow! Oh, wow!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, wow!
Seatbelts on.
Wow! Put on your seatbelts! Wow! Wow!
Parallel
It's
verse.
over.
True. AI videos have completely one-shotted the third world.
It's over.
They're
dude.
all AI. So all of these people are getting high on their supply of
man.
AI videos.
And also, it's a genocide. Don't forget.
They were sitting there. The X algorithm is heavily manipulated today. So the moment that they started deleting AI-generated videos, all of the videos of Iran winning went away.
Weird how that happened. Wow, Elon must be bought by the Jews.
That's crazy.
Wow.
What are the odds of that? And like the thing is, this was so obvious. Like everybody knew this was happening.
Of course.
But for some reason, nobody wanted to say it. Nobody wanted to bring it up. So, yeah, that's what's happening. You think the IRGC paid for premium AI? Or can they only make 4 videos a day? I think that they probably can only make 4 videos a day. It was a big...
Dude, it's not even the IRGC that's doing this. It's just like, it's radical retards. Like, it's Pakistanis in England, all right? That's who it is. It's Pakistanis sitting in England using white person technology. Ooga booga magic box makes funny sounds and noises, all right? And then they're developing this shit. And it's like, oh my god, Doug's gonna call you racist. Yes! But that's a them problem, unfortunately, because I don't care. Their boos mean nothing. I've seen what makes them cheer.
Big story when we lost more jets to an ally than Iran. How can anyone believe the U.S. is taking massive casualties when it isn't reported by U.S. mainstream media? Because they're stupid.
Because the Jews own it. The Jews own the mainstream media, covering up the fact that we're losing all of our men to the Iranian people. As you can see, they are riding donkeys to battle. They are doing their best. So the way they fire missiles is they take a rocket, they put it in the mouth of a camel, and then they smack the testicles of the camel to cause the camel to spit the rocket at us. And that is how we have taken most of our losses.
That's why these people are like probably sub 90 IQ retards.
True!
And not all of them, just most of them.
Right.
And do you think we're being exposed to less and less documentation from this?
And it's also liberal white women that have convinced themselves to get groomed by the most obvious propaganda campaign in the history of time. No, women, you should abort your children. No, don't get married. Why would you want to get married? You.
War, because the side that owns Western legacy and social media is winning. So let's read some of the comments here, okay? This is the cope. Well, no, it's because they're fucked up in a way. It'll be recorded history as a major turning point in world affairs.
It's the Jews.
And then the ADL, which is...
the Jews. It's the Jews, guys.
Obviously a Jew.
It's the Jews.
Oh, wow. Turn on the porn, turn on pro-Israel, and turn down the cats. Check Chinese media. Oh, wow. We know a war is going on when they censor the winning side and try to hide any truths coming.
This is the most, like, transparent war ever.
Out. Yeah, guys, that's it.
Yep.
And anyway, I think they were winning. We'd probably get flooded with documentation. So this is at Musk.
We obliterated their entire Navy and Air Force. We owned their skies. We destroyed 60% of their missiles. They're shooting 90% less missiles than they were on day one. Like, this is the most decisive victory ever.
Its moderation algorithm appears directly tied to Israeli defense failure rates. So the entire idea they've invented is that Elon Musk is censoring X in order to make Israel look good.
That's right, obviously.
That's right, guy.
I'm sure he's been doing that. And he decided to do it now, not during the whole Gaza thing when we were flooded with false information every day. 48,000 babies were just killed in Gaza. Right? Remember that day? Remember that day when people were spreading that one? Again.
That's right. And so anyway, I don't even know how this happens. Why does the Western media want the U.S. to fail? Because they're run by a bunch of weird freaks that are
pandering to Islamists.
Or like these like communist, like anti-Western people.
Yep.
I don't even really know. If you want me to give you a genuine answer, I really don't know what they're.
I do. Once you open your eyes, it's really obvious. It's because they hate God. It's because Satan is convincing them to hate God. That's the real reason. Right? There is a spiritual reason why these people fundamentally hate the cultures that are based on biblical values. All right? And it's in their souls. I'm sorry, man. That's what we're up against. All right? You only recognize evil exists if you can recognize that good exists.
Thinking. I think that they just don't like America. And again, I feel like there has to be this has to be addressed, right? It does. And I think we need to be a lot harsher on these people. But for some reason, most people do seem to disagree with me on that.
No, I agree with him, absolutely. I think these people need to go to jail for treason and shit. Like, we're fighting a war here, all right? Now, whether you like Trump or you hate Trump or you like America or you hate America, if you are actively supporting the other side of a conflict, you need to go to jail for treason. And that includes senators and people like that. AOC making her video, screaming and crying about, we don't know what we're doing. Iran is the good guys. Right? Or, Elizabeth Warren going out there. No, I went to a classified meeting. We don't know what we're doing. That shit's treason. You're leaking classified info if it is true. And if it's not true, you're literally just trying your best to run a disinformation campaign on the American people to lose resolve and morale. Imagine one of our troops overseas fighting for America opens social media and sees a video of Elizabeth Warren saying, I was just in a classified briefing. We have no idea what we're doing. We're all going to die. Imagine that situation. Actual nightmare world. These people need to be destroyed.
And I can't believe they've caught us. It's a mental illness. Yeah, I think that putting a lot of these people in mental institutions would help a lot. But, one step at a time. Elon is playing dirty. U.S. must win the war by all means.
Oh, my God. That's what Marin Yoroge says?
Passionate about good governance.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Iran, Jesus, man. Iran is launching missiles from underground sites, virtually impossible.
No. Asmongold, you're not understanding what we're dealing with. We're dealing with special retards. Iran is launching missiles from underground missile cities. Okay? All right? You have to understand what we're dealing with. These people are actually retarded. Iran just activated the gravity Stuxnet virus. Gravity bombs are falling from Iranian satellites that were placed above the Zionist entity. Dude, that is what we're dealing with. We are dealing with neurotic morons. Underground missile cities, bro.
Possible to detect beforehand. Game changer. Oh, wow.
We didn't know about the underground missile cities of Iran, and now it's over.
Oh, look at this.
50,000 likes from underground Iranian missile cities.
Apparently, Israel was hit by over 50 missiles last night.
Oh, shit.
But you won't see any footage of it on Elon's Twitter.
That's crazy because even the Israelis didn't know about this.
Oh, my God. These people are so fucking brain dead. Where is this person from? Kenya.
There it is. One-shotting the third world.
Uh-huh. Well, listen. You're looking at AI. You are getting one shot by AI.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable, man. And
again, it's the sub 80 IQ fuckers that are out there being and these are the people, by the way, that are liking the tweets of traitors. All right, in our country, all right? Cenk Younger makes a tweet or something, then you have Marin Yoroge retweeting and leaving a like. Understand what we are witnessing. Understand the psyop that is being perpetrated against the American people in real time. Trump's base hates him now, all right? Look at a tweet with 4 bajillion likes. All right, then you look at the actual polls, and 98% of MAGA still supports Trump. 90% of MAGA supports this war. 58% of America supports this war, and that includes leftards, okay? Understand what we're dealing with here, okay? We are dealing with a monumental psyop, and people fell for it. People fell for it, like your Candace Owens and your Megyn Kellys and your Tucker Carlsons and your based influencers, and they're all falling for this shit.
And if I didn't know any better, I'd say someone's aggressively scrubbing it.
Yeah.
So this is really what's happened, is that you've had it get so bad that these people are so delusional that they think that they're winning because they're watching AI videos.
Yeah.
That's it. And why is it so difficult to believe that there's some censorship regarding Israel? Every country tries to push propaganda.
Oh
because
my God,
the evidence
dude.
shows that...
The evidence shows that we're winning the war. Like, what are we doing?
The reason why, and I'm sure some of it's happening, but these people can't perceive that.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they're not perceiving that. They're perceiving AI videos being banned and then thinking that that's censorship. That's not censorship. That's simply common sense that you're going to ban that. And, wow.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff, honestly.
Do you think when AI gets better, it could actually be used to go to war? No, probably, yeah. They're retarded. Yeah, you're not thinking about this at all. This is so smart, though. You pacify them by making them think they're winning through AI and then the entire world. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. But I don't agree with that. I think that consent...
No, I totally disagree with that. Because you're not just pacifying them thinking they're winning, right? Because also, they push fake narratives like this also. It's like, oh my God, America massacred 48,000 Iranian children. It's like, look at this AI video of garbage bags. Every garbage bag has an Iranian head in it, right? Like, and then you'll have these retards giving it like 100,000 likes and some shit. Now you have to deal with this garbage.
Consensus matters a lot. Public opinion matters a lot.
Of course.
And it's important to make sure that you manage that in a positive way if you can. It's not always positive, I understand what you're saying, but I believe Israel is censoring shit too. Well, it is censoring shooting down the missiles because they said
they don't want the locations of their anti-aircraft or their anti-missile systems to get known and be utilized by their enemies. That's not censorship. That's literal strategy. All right. I don't think if someone decided to leak the exact positions of our ships in the Middle East or whatever, or leak information or schematics about our weaponry, I'm pretty sure Twitter would take it down immediately. That's not censorship.
Said they don't want people to be able to reverse engineer the locations of their air defense things, right? And so I think that's a very reasonable request. I mean, you would agree with me, Pike, that it's a reasonable request for Israel to say, please don't show the location.
Someone leaks the nuclear launch codes. Elon Musk takes it down. Elon Musk, you are taking part in censorship.
Locations of our anti-aircraft measures so the enemy can't use it to cross-reference and then know where to bomb to hopefully find like openings in our defenses. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page with this. The Pentagon just signed a contract with OpenAI. Uh-oh. That's big. It's an honor to be pulled up, of course. And you think they're winning until they walk outside, everything's on fire. So they are censoring it. I think that if you like, that's like saying that that's like saying anything is censorship. I think that censorship is the idea that you're trying to say is that Israel is censoring with the goal of trying to create a false impression of the way the war is going. If they don't want to show it for defense reasons, that's very different than them not wanting to show it for propaganda reasons.
Yeah, obviously.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's obviously a huge difference. And anyway, I'll move past this, right? We don't need to spend all day thinking about
it's so
this.
Funny.
But anyway, so yes, all of this has happened. There's been tons of AI, AI videos made. I'll show you some more AI videos made. Tel Aviv looking like this within 48 hours. Oh yeah. Hey, yo, flip my boys in Israel.
Damn, you mean to tell me all that happened and Israel took 12 casualties?
Damn, that's right.
Wow. Iranians, very musical people, according to Hassan Piker.
They fall for this? I guess. So anyway, Tel Aviv looking like this within 48 hours. Great footage here, BBC, in case Israel won't let you film it.
BBC is owned by Islamists right now in England. BBC, what, oh my God. BBC, by the way, lies about this stuff constantly. They've been proven objectively to have lied about the entire Gaza war.
Grok, is this real? No.
No, obviously not. Yeah, obviously
8,000 likes.
Wow, dude.
12,000 likes.
Wow, dude, these people are retarded. Oh my God, it's
That's
awesome.
right, guys.
It's awesome, dude.
That's right.
Understand the psyop, okay? Because that's why I really wanted to talk about this. Understand the psyop that's telling you that this is a war that everyone hates. Everyone's against this, all right? Understand the psyop. Understand the people that are telling you that you're evil.
Literally fucking retarded.
Yeah, it's
the
awesome.
Kurdish forces are beginning a ground invasion into northern Iran. Really? Is that true? It's happening already?
Yeah, we're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that later.
And wow, I'll look at that. Grok is even better. And delusion maxing, exactly. Professor Mike, and you see he's got. Look at all this comment here. Brit with a big blob of Irish. No reform. God Royals. Yes, Wales.
God, minuscule G, didn't even capitalize God.
Scotland, Palestine. What?
Wales, Scotland, Palestine. All right, dude.
Ireland.
Okay.
Anytime that you see somebody
God.
with a watermelon in their profile photo, there's like a 95% chance that they're mentally deficient. Okay, and this guy he's not the exception, he's the rule.
Yeah.
So you've got another retard. Check his country. All right, guys, bets on the country.
United Kingdom.
You can't bet on Pakistan.
You can't bet on Pakistan. It's United Kingdom, which is Pakistan.
It's not fair.
United Kingdom.
We
It's
have
not
to get
even-
a
it's
second
obvious.
one besides that.
United Kingdom. United Kingdom. Calling it. United Kingdom. United
3,
Kingdom.
2,
Which means Pakistan.
1.
United Kingdom. United Kingdom.
United
God, I'm so fucking good at this, man. I'm so fucking good at this.
Kingdom.
I'm unstoppable.
Okay.
Which is Pakistan.
Well, I said you can't bet on Pakistan.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Right, I'm so good at this. Now, understand, those are the people that hate us. Understand the people that actually do like our troops. This is in Israel. They set up a memorial for our fallen soldiers. And I'm going to get copyrighted from the music. But they have a memorial. Thank you for your service. Like, quite literally, understand who our enemies are. Sneako's our enemy. Sorry. He's pledged his allegiance to a foreign power. All right, these are our allies. Look, man, you can say what you want, and you can criticize foreign countries all you want. I criticize Israel. I don't want to fund them, to be honest. I don't want to send our money to foreign nations in general, period. No foreign nations. But these are the people that are celebrating our soldiers, and these are the people that are praying for their deaths. I'm sorry. I'm just being real here for just a second. All right? Understand the third worlders that we're dealing with. Breaking news. Afghanistan announces they will use suiciding bomber battalions against Pakistan. Wow. Suicide bombing in an age where drones exist. Pure love of the game. You have to respect the dedication. These people, before blowing themselves up, they left a like on these tweets. Remember that. They left a like on these. Right? They left the like on these bad boys. All right? Understand, bro. The third world has fundamentally changed reality and propaganda forever. Remember that when you see a tweet with a bajillion likes, don't be a sheep and follow along, because you're literally in the company of these fuckers. All right? Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one. Don't fall for the psyop. Killing terrorists is actually fucking awesome. Bye! Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.